Alright, now here is the Plagued Arrow build. Same build like everything else. It's very similar. This one's also using the Wind of Death. This one's also using Ring of Determination. But I also have extra damage dealt and damage taken increase and a rune damage ring. But I'm using the Woodland Protector on this. I don't know why I did it. Actually, I do know why I did it. So originally, I got this bow later on in the game when I started the other builds. So I end up using this bow on this build when I could just switch it and make this bow on the lightning bow build and put the patience on this build since they come naturally with plague and lightning, and the other build is lightning and this comes with lightning, and this one's plague and the patience comes with plague. Could have just easily kept it that way, but I didn't. I might switch them out later on just for the sake of them being those types, for the sake of continuity, I guess. So this build, very similar to all the other archer builds I have. I think this is the most optimized build. Again, they're focused on low life because you get damage increased at low life, you get focus cost decreased at low life. Especially with this weapon here, and then focus cost decreased. And then I have infection built up, of course. On the body armor, I should have gotten the infection stagger resistance on it, but it also says, since the infection seems like it deals some stagger damage or extra stagger damage, or might, which I don't think it does, but it might have some effect on stagger. I just kept the damage increased for 6 seconds after staggering, so I get some extra damage there for the staggering. I thought that was better than making the enemy stagger. I do have the damage increased for sprinting, of course. I got health on kill on this one and health on rune attack. I don't get to use the I don't get to get the perks of the other weapons like rune damage increased on this one since I'm using the Wind of Death. If I do use another weapon, I can definitely add that on, so that might be a detriment or it might be positive. I don't know, or I don't remember. But let's see how it goes. We're gonna try this build out again in the Crucible with no echoes, and I'm probably gonna die, of course. I don't have any food. Yeah, I don't have any food really. So let's see how far we go. I do remember this being the least of my favorite bow builds because the damage a lot lower. I got 500 damage. And I think monsters in here have a lot of plague resistance versus the other ones. But I'm still pretty much one-shotting everybody. But I'm not max level on this build either. What level am I? 27. I'm not gonna take these damages into effect on those worms because they're weak. Maybe I should try and get this to max level and see how the damage is on that one, on this build. For sure. If I was using runes, echoes, definitely benefit this build, this character right now. This build, because I'm not max level. I'm about 400, 498. Definitely a lot lower than my other builds. Ugh. I don't have any health. Originally, when I did start this build, I was like, oh, this build is trash compared to the other elements. Because monsters have a lot of plague resistance, I'm guessing. This plague, oh, that was 1100. That was a lot of damage there. $799, $791. And then I don't like that it's hard to see the damage numbers on the plague damage because of the purple. Maybe they should make the numbers a little bigger. I fell off again. This happened the last time. Oh boy. Yep, there we go. $816. Oh, there we go. I'm about to die. 849. See, sometimes it's inconsistent because that monster was below the ground, and I killed him. Again, no echoes, no buffs. This build does have lightning arrow on it. I could use it and see the damage between it versus, I guess it would be the raw damage versus the real damage. The raw, the real. So like this one, if I use lightning arrow, 181, and then 481 on plagued. But sometimes I think if you're not doing crit damage, I feel like you're doing a full HP. I definitely should put Plague Arrow on this build. $556. Looks like Plague does proc a little extra damage on the hit because it was given 2 numbers there. Like, that's dead. 531. $544. $554. $553. And again, Plague, I think, does proc defense down. And I don't have health food on this build. So most likely I will die at the end if I make it to the boss. Just for the simple fact I can't heal myself. I can't heal myself, really. And I'm not going to collect those since I'm not using it this run through. Like again, pure build. Oh, there we go. I ran right into him, so he killed me. Alright, so that's the end of this run for this character. I think I have one more build. And this one might be surprising, actually, on the other build. So let's see.